So yesterday I brought you guys a video on how to bring down the first boss, that being the Titan Alpha, and based off of the like to dislike ratio, it shows that you guys truly enjoyed that. So I'm going to go ahead and make in today's video the Gargoyle or Titan Omega full guide, tips and tricks, as well as how the mechanics exactly work. So of course, like always, let's waste no more time and get right into the video. So if you watch my first boss video, I went ahead and showed you guys how to kind of do the pre-steps, like looking for all the intel and all that good stuff, so that you can make your way over to the boss. The thing is that with the second boss, there really is no need for it because it kind of holds your hand through it. And plus the raid is going to reset in just about 2 or 3 days. So all of this is going to change anyways, except for the actual boss mechanics. Those will remain the same forever. So with that being said, let's go ahead and actually get into the mechanics of the fight itself. Now, as soon as this fight begins, you're going to notice that you are inside of an arena with 4 platforms on each corner of the map. Each of these platforms has 2 different levels, one being the first level and the second one obviously being 2 levels high. These are there obviously for a reason. If you look around the edges of the arena, you'll notice that there is 3 different layers. Those are the lasers that are going to be turning on every so often. Within the first 15 to 25 seconds of starting this fight, you're going to have the lasers turned on. Now for phase 1 of the fight, these lasers are pretty easy, but it gets really tricky once the boss gets to 50% and goes to phase 2. So for phase 1, if the very top laser turns on, you obviously just want to crouch. If the middle laser turns on, you can either prone or go up a level on your designated platform. And if the very bottom one turns on, then you obviously just want to climb up 1 level. Now, once you've taken care of the laser within the first 15 to 25 seconds of the fight, just keep in mind that this is going to happen multiple times during the fight, so be aware of those lasers. Now at this point, you're going to want to put damage into the boss. I'm going to show you an image in the background right now exactly where the weak point is located. Just like in the first fight, if your team is using the walker weapon, you guys will be able to burn through this extremely quickly. One thing that I forgot to mention in my first video is that in order for the walker weapon to put out a lot of damage, you need to make sure that your technique bar is completely empty. The signature bonus on the weapon is that it makes every single one of your bonuses increase once your technique bar is low. At one point during the fight that I'm going to be showing you in the background, you're going to notice that I start putting damage into the boss and my technique bar is completely empty. Just with 3 bursts of the walker gun, I ended up taking out about 30% of the boss's health, and then we ended up killing it. So for those of you that are thinking about brute forcing through all of these bosses, this is something that you should really keep in mind. Now back to talking about phase 1 and what the next step is going to be. So right after you have handled the lasers, what's going to come after that is going to be the drones that come in. These are really important to take out for 2 reasons. 1, it's going to do a lot of damage to your teammates, and 2, they're going to be your source of ammo. But one thing that you do have to make sure for this part is that you don't focus too much on the drones, because then 2 individuals within your group are going to be chosen to have the giant electricity orb around them. If you just so happen to be one of the individuals that are chosen, you need to make sure that you stay far away from the platforms. Some safe places to stand once you have this orb on you is in a corner, or maybe you can stand in between platforms really close up against the arena wall. All you have to do when you have this on you is stand there for about a good 5 or 10 seconds, and then the orb is going to stay still and you'll be able to run out quickly. Keep that in mind. You need to make sure that you get out of it quick. You will get killed instantly in about 3 to 4 ticks. Now, when I said earlier to keep it away from your platform, the reason for this is because you're going to need to make sure that you are around your platform at all times, so that way when the boss does fly into the middle and electrocutes the entire floor, you are able to have a clear line of sight on the vent that is designated to you. In the background right now, I'm going to show you an image of where these vents are located, where each and every one of you are going to need to shoot this vent once he comes inside of the arena. Doing this will make him shake left to right, which will then be a confirmation to you that you have successfully done it on both sides. During phase 1, only 1 vent will open on each side, but once phase 2 begins, 4 vents will be open and all 4 teammates need to be shooting 1 vent. Not doing so in any of the phases will result in an instant wipe for the entire team. There is absolutely no way you are going to survive it. This seems to be the problem that a lot of people are having right now, and the one mechanic that everybody is kind of just missing. So with that being said, go ahead and continue rinsing and repeating the steps that I told you for phase 1 until you get the boss to 50%. At this point, phase 2 will begin, and you will instantly know because the boss's trimmings will turn red. And this is where things get a little bit tricky if you guys are not running the walker weapon, and if some of your teammates are maybe a little distracted and are not putting enough damage into the boss. For starters, not only will one laser be turning on now, but two lasers will be turning on. These are pretty easy to avoid, you just need to make sure that you pay attention. If the top and the bottom one turn on but the middle is turned off, all you have to do is just climb one level and prone. If the top and middle turn on, then all you have to do is just go to ground level and prone. And then if the middle and bottom turn on, all you have to do is just climb 2 levels on your platform. Now, as I said before, once the boss goes into phase 2, the vents are going to be opening up 4 of them. You need to make sure that at this point you do as much damage as you can to the boss. Once the boss reaches 20% health, he will continue to come inside and open all 4 of the vents and attempt to electrocute the floor, assuming you guys don't stop it by shooting it. Now, when I say that he continues to do this, I mean he will continue to do it over and over and over and over again. At this point, it is crucial for you guys to just ignore every other mechanic and just DPS the boss. The reason for this is because the rest of the fight is going to continue on, meaning the lasers, the drones, as well as the electrical orbs. Now, assuming you've done everything that I said in this video, you guys have probably now downed Gargoyle and you have successfully completed the Titan Omega part of the raid. This fight is honestly one of the harder ones, especially if you're doing it with random players, because it's really hard to coordinate with everybody and kind of get everybody aligned where they need to be. But assuming you are doing this with 3 other friends, you're probably going to end up doing the Walker method and you'll have it done before you even get to phase 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like on it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all types of Breakpoint content. Soon I'll be working on the 3rd boss fight, which is the Titan Beta, also known as the supercomputer, so I'll have that guide up at some point. I don't know exactly when. If you want, follow me on Twitter and I'll keep you guys updated over there. It's at CarbonMeister. But anyways, that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one.